Hello and welcome to the PM Show, your weekly roundup. What's new and going on at the PM store? How are we doing this morning, gentlemen? We all good?
Fine, thank you very much. Not too bad at all.
Good morning. Yes, I'm okay, thank you.
Very, very nice. Enjoying the weather? Nice and sunny here?
Oh, it's beautiful here. You know, it's like being in the Med.
Tropical, is it? What, bloody hot?
Well, tropical, yeah, it's raining. Yeah, it's like being in the rainforest.
Yes.
When you see all on the news what's happening in Central Europe, where it's just blistering hot and
on fire.
On fire. You look out here and it's like chucking it down rain all the time. Thinking,
see how lucky you are. You should thank yourselves lucky. There's millions of people who'd love to have what you've got, living in God's paradise. Was it God's country? South Yorkshire?
Yorkshire. I mean, that's more thinking to North Yorkshire than...
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
not South Yorkshire. Doesn't that count?
The rolling hills of North Yorkshire, maybe, but not the industrial part of South Yorkshire.
Obviously, Yorkshire's a big county, so it all counts, I think.
Fair enough.
Yes, it's a bit damp, to put it mildly today.
Oh, right. Now, I must admit, we are nice and sunny, so I can't complain on that one. But yes, good. Anyway, lots of things been happening this week. If you've been catching up with some of our live shows throughout the week, you would have noticed what's going on. But as far as new kit releases, we're a little bit thin on the ground. We're expecting something big.
Well, I was expecting something
last week
by the time this show
came. To be honest, by the time we thought the distributor would have got their arse in gear.
Yeah.
Hint. This is a big hint for them to get it sorted and get out. But for some reason, no, they haven't come out yet. But we are waiting definitely on the Armour Hobbies Hurricane. To be honest with you, straight after the show, we thought we were going to have it probably Friday. But for whatever reason, and we don't know the reasons why.
In a satellite delay.
Yeah, there's a satellite delay, definitely, with it. So, but as soon as they're in, obviously, guys, we'll get them straight out to you. Andy will be on it with the old invoicing.
Yeah.
We get the invoices all sent out to you, so forth and so on. So, keep an eye out for those. So, yes, they are coming before we start getting bombarded by hundreds of emails saying such and such has got them in. It's just we are literally just waiting for the distributor to get their proverbial butt in gear and get them out. So, no, very good. Big news clearly is we've started our special summer sale, fire sale, which is quite apt for Southern Europe. You think that's hot? That's not as hot as our sale.
I'm glad they did the new thumbnail for it.
Yes. Thank you, Stefan. He was on the ball. I only mentioned it yesterday. He had it to me by the time we finished the show. Yeah. So, yes, we've basically got a new system. As I said, just being totally honest with you, we're having a massive cult in the warehouse. We're clearing out some space. We want to bring in some new lines, some new exciting stuff. So we need to make a bit of space. So we're having a bit of a flash fire torch volcanic sale, whatever you want to call it. Mega beast sale. So we're sort of breaking it down into parts as well. So to start off with, it's vehicles. So we have got lots of cars and vehicles down in here as well. And as you can see, great prices on all of these and some proper classics. Like a gull wing, look. SL300, nice.
Would you like one of them?
No. It'd be like driving a Capri. It's all front end, isn't it?
Yeah, it looked cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It looks cooler than a Capri.
I wouldn't be able to get at it in Asda.
Well, no, that is a good point nowadays. Yeah, trying to get out of that is not going to be very elegant.
No, especially at my age, I crawl out on my hands and knees.
Yeah, them sills are like super thick and deep, so it's like an E-type. If you ever try to get out of an E-type, my God, it's just the most glamorous thing ever. just end up falling out on the pavement.
Yeah, just roll out onto the pavement and dust yourself down.
Try and look,
I definitely like one, but then probably sell it.
Yes.
Well, it's the most impractical thing ever.
For the millions, whatever it's worth.
That's it.
Cool, they do look. I mean, to say that was what 1955 or something, 54. That's just amazing design.
50s group build.
There you go. 50s group build entry. That you can do that.
Exactly.
Very nice indeed.
That is just space age for the 1950s for what was around at the same time.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, very, very nice indeed. And of course, over here we've got the actual Volkswagen Golf GTI. Classic.
Absolute icon.
I never owned one.
What, a Golf GTI? I don't think I have actually. I've owned a Mark 1 Golf, but it weren't the GTI version.
No.
I've owned a Mark 1 Golf Cabriolet Mark 1.
Right.
I don't even think that was a GTI. I think it was a GL.
Yeah, that's it.
I painted it pearl white.
Oh, nice.
It's like a white interior, white roof, and a pearl white body. I think the wheels were white, if I remember, but it looked cool when I finished with it. But yeah,
I nearly bought a Golf GTI Mark 1 once. I think I ended up buying a 2.8 injection Capri instead for some reason.
I'd have gone with the Golf.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Golf. I liked the Capris at the time, but
yeah.
Very nice.
It's worth more nowadays. About the same.
There's a lot more Golfs around than Capris, that's for certain. Yeah. Anyway, talking about the classics, we've got the Sierra Cotsworth down in there as well. We've got a Mercedes-Benz 450 as well, classic. Some other nice bit of muscle car. Yes, the one you built, wasn't it, Matt?
Which one? Can't see it.
Sorry, the Mustang. The James Bond, Mach 1.
Mach 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know the Rodin kit isn't necessarily a civilian car. It's been repurposed, but it was a civilian car. What's it called, Matt? Sorry, Phil.
The Citroen.
No, the Rodin Ford.
Oh yeah, it's a Ford V8 G81A Funkwagen.
What wagon?
Funkwagen.
It's a Funkwagen.
Funkwagen. It's a Funkwagen. Fucking thing won't start. So yes, very nice. Look, that's what you need to do is put the spare wheel on the roof. It's dead handy.
Yeah, the centre of gravity, wouldn't it, on it?
That's it, absolutely. Crew chief, we've got the actual Blazer there. Very nice Chevy Blazer.
Classic.
That's it, classic. Very, very nice. And again, some other bits and pieces down in there. Some very, very nice stuff. Sauber, got the Brabham. Yeah. And then obviously the Tamiya bikes, which are sort of legendary, beautiful things. Still like to do one.
Yeah.
We will. Keep saying we'll do one.
Keep saying we'll do one. As I say, my one, I look at it all the time. It's on the shelf in its little box, and it just looks mega. I love it. I think it's a great kit. So, yes. And again, some other Tamiya bits and pieces you can see down in there for all you Scooby fans. Got a set of Scoobies as well. So, very nice indeed. And a Jaguar XJ220. And I was lucky enough to drive one of those. Not really, because it was around the town as well. It would have been nice on a proper road or a bit of track, but no, it's actually just taking it back to the client. But yes, very, very nice indeed. Apart from I had like flashbacks of other cars, isn't it? Inside, it's like you go around and it's a bit like, you know, in Star Wars, you spot the parts.
Yeah.
It's like a TVR.
It is. It's literally got everything else inside it, and it's
Ford switchgear and indicator things.
It's like literally they've just taken everything else and just put it inside. So anyway, very nice. And again, another Volkswagen Golf GTI. Good, that one as well.
That's the old Esky kit. So if anybody's following along with, obviously I'm building a Land Rover at the minute, which is the Italeri boxing of the old Esky kits. That's in the same vein. And honestly, if you want a nice, cool, simple
straightforward,
build, get yourself one of them. They're brilliant. Not many parts, and they look really, really good when they're done. So
very nice.
But these, when they've gone, they've gone.
Yes. Yeah, again, can't get them at this price anymore. Once these are gone, this is purely our little flash sale type thing. When they're gone, that's out. And if you were watching yesterday, you'll know some of them have gone already. So we've removed them. As soon as they're sold, they'll be removed from the site.
Yeah. People are jumping on them, so it's all good.
So we're all good. So we've got that one going on at the moment. And again, there'll be other ones coming along doing other genres, shall we say. And then we've got our normal sort of sales section.
Yep.
Where we've now got the Qatari Spitfire. And he comes with the figure.
Yeah, it could be a really nice racing figure, that.
Yes, very,
actually
very nice.
Looks like him.
Yeah, which is good.
There's some more pictures, Phil, if you scroll down, I think.
Oh, is there? Oh, there you go. There he is. Yes. Very nice indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool stuff. So if you fancy one with the old Brian Lane, that's the one for you guys. It's up there now. And as I say, £79. Very, very nice. So a little bit of saving on that one as well. And again, various things. We've got a giant the Andy's Hobbies 116 Easy 8. Very nice as well. The Tortoise, or Tortoise, depending where you're from. We've got the Chieftain as well. I'll come back to that. Really nice kit. We've got the F14 as well, which is an absolute mega kit. And when you think of other kits and what they cost for an F14, that's the one you want to go for, because it's bang for buck, easily the best one. And the other bits down below as well. So as you can see, some really nice stuff down there. Zucamori Phantom's a really nice one. We've got obviously the B52 down in there. Again, there we go. That's Spitfire. We were talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there, look. A Griffin Mark 16, is it?
Yeah. Actually, that's the Mark 14.
Is that a 14?
Yeah, 14,
Yeah, I've got the... Oh, yeah, they're both 14s, yeah.
Yeah, 14, sorry.
Yeah, that one doesn't come with a Kit Kat.
People are wondering, no, we haven't talked about it. It was before it came on live, so...
Yes.
Yeah,
So yes, some very nice stuff down in there as well. And then Matthew's now going to talk to you all about this particular kit and explain that actually you can do OD with it, or olive drab.
Well, yeah, because we've had both versions of this in, and obviously the olive drab one with the skull on, which is a cool box art and a cool scheme.
Yeah.
We sell lots of, but this one is the other version that I think people kind of been overlooking. But obviously it's nice, got the bare metal on, which can be off-putting for some people. But what you do get is two options, and the other option is... Hence why my one is there. I can find is the nice one with the white tail. Look, there we go. I know mine's obviously the New Zealand squadron, but you get the gist.
It's almost the same markings. Yeah.
Nice bit of nose up.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, don't be put off. Nice set of decals as well, or decals.
Decals, yes. Very nice.
We couldn't understand why the other one's sold off the shelf and that one's like not really moving, and it's purely down to the box art on it.
Same kit as well. Both Hasegawa kits. So
it's the same kit. Everything's just different marking options.
So just to clarify, this is not the Hasegawa kit. This is the old who's it? Mauve, isn't it?
Mauve kit.
Which is now reboxed by Academy. They own the moulds.
Yeah.
But again, we've been waxing lyrical about P40s, haven't we? Or waxing lyrical, should I say?
Yes.
Because we've all got a soft spot for P40. So
absolutely.
Like I say, these are, again, this is the Hasegawa kit, which is a step up from this kit, if I'm honest. But really, really nice. So yeah, you ain't got to just stick with this bare metal one. You can do an olive drab one out thing with a white tail and kind of look like this one.
Very nice. But yeah, it's funny because obviously you say the olive green one was, it's not anything on the box either. But sorry, the olive drab one was flying off the shelves and everyone was buying them and no one bought it. And it was like really, really weird. But then
but I think obviously showing people actually you get a couple of options in so you're not stuck with it. And like again, there's so many aftermarket sets of decals as well for these.
Oh god, yeah.
For P40s, for an N as well. Loads and loads, so you can do, like mine's an N. So if you're not even struck on them two, you can pick some other decals up really quite cheap and do somebody else's. So yeah, all good, but lovely kits. Like I say, they really on it with Obby 2000 with the Hasegawa stuff that they're reboxing, because like I say, they're proper classics. Again with the Henschel as well, we're selling the Desert one and the other one. Really, really good kit that. So
yes,
worth grabbing while they're still up, because they're probably going to be changed out by the end of the week. So
just for people who are wondering, that funny noise in the background is my 3D printer. It's only because I can see it on my sound bar when it's doing its bird and going up and down. I can hear it. I know the guys can't, but you at home might be able to hear it. If you're wondering what that is, apologies. It's my 3D printer. I should have paused it before we started.
No, it just throw names in now into like when people say, "Oh, I met such and such." It's my 3D printer going in the background.
Yes. I'm waiting for it to do a failed print. It'll be fine. But hey, look, I'm not bigging it up. I've still got to wait 4.5 hours for it to finish.
Oh yeah, that's the.
I've got to listen to this for 4.5 hours. It's going to go down to the unit. I think it's going to go down in there and do its bit down in there.
In 10 years' time, when there's all like,
it'll be like a replicator from Star Trek. It'll be like a microwave, and you'll go do, and then open up your door, take it out.
Probably will, yeah.
So yes, it will be. Watch this. Give it 25 years' time. It won't be known as a 3D printer. It'll be a replicator.
Yeah.
So yes. Anyway, so we've got some nice bits and pieces down in there. So some really, really nice stuff. If you want to grab any of those ones, you can now. Usual thing as well. This will change. So this will change out on Friday, is it?
Well, for Friday it'll be changed.
Friday it will be changing. So if you see anything,
today and tomorrow, and then that'll be changed out for some other stuff. So grab it while you can.
Yes.
Or, let's say it goes back to normal price.
Definitely. So if you want to grab any of those ones, you can do there. Apart from that, it's all a little bit quiet this week, restocking wise and various bits, isn't it? We've got paints and glues and...
Yeah, a bit of a quieter week.
Bit of a quieter week and all the rest of it. But as you say, if you see anything down in there you fancy, go and have a look, and we'll see what we can do for you. And say we've got all your tools, all your paints, all your glues, all your sundries and stuff like that. Say we've got quite good stocks of everything at the moment. Apart from LP paint.
The HKM... What were they put up now? Havocs. Obviously, that was a pre-order. They've all are going out today.
Yes.
So everyone's been invoiced and they're all going out today. So thank you for those guys.
Well done, everybody who's got those ones. No problem at all. Right, talking of pre-orders. As I say, there's nothing really massively changed in here because it's all very quiet at the moment. We're just waiting for stuff to sort of materialise in bits and pieces. But as I say, the Apache, which we get loads of questions for and all the rest of it, I don't think we're going to see that until October. It's back end of September it's due, but I think it's going to be nearer October. Or is it November? October it's due, it'll be in November, one or other.
Just talking about Apaches, the British version of the Tacken one's out.
Yes.
But we ain't got it over here yet, but it is out because I've seen it in a store in Europe.
Yes.
One of our suppliers in Europe have got it in, so that means it'll be filtering over here. So I think we did have a pre-order for the British one.
Yeah.
And the other versions as well, what was coming out with that, I think the IDF one, is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think there's another one as well. So they're filtering over. And we're just waiting on a order to come in for the Mighty 8 P51 from Eduard, which is on the pre-order.
Yeah.
That should be hopefully by the end of the week. And then hopefully, like I said, the Armorbers Hurricane's another one. And also the Obi 2000, the Washington, the B29s and the Catalinas, they're on the way as well. So come back end of this week, beginning of next, you should be, your pre-orders should be fulfilled and you should be invoiced. So yes, all good.
Very nice, all coming through. But anyway, if members, you see anything on the pre-order list you like, you know how it works, just pop your name down. You don't get charged or have to make any payment until we've got hold of the kit. So as soon as you've got the kits in, you'll be sent an invoice, you pay the invoice, we ship out the kit same day. So simple how it works, nice on. So good job there. Right, okay, over to questions. Okay, so first question is up from Paul. He says, hi team, I'm wondering if you have a supplier for Sol Resin Factory. I've seen a conversion for the Tacken 1/16 Jeep to an SAS version and also a trailer. I'm quite interested. Cheers, Paul. Well, Dictionary Corner's been looking into it.
They don't seem to have many distributors at all. And I think that they probably like to keep it in-house because obviously it's a 3D printing company.
Yeah.
And we know ourselves that sort of like, you know, it's nice to keep these things in-house, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So I think you have to... I think you're probably easier to order directly from them.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Very few distributors, I think, looking around.
They may be a smaller company as well, let's face it. So definitely easier. Yeah. Okay. So Neil says, hi guys, has anyone heard any rumours about a new 148 scale Saab Gripen, or are we stuck with the Artillery and the impossible to get hold of Kitty Hawk? I would have thought there'd have been more picked up aircraft now with the Gripen E.
You're stuck with the Artillery one, and if you can find a Kitty Hawk one, it's a very overlooked aircraft.
It is. I always say that.
Any scale to be honest, Gripen, and I wonder if that's something to do with Saab.
Maybe, yeah, maybe Saab have.
But I obviously don't know. I'm just speculating.
Because I might be funny. You think how long we waited for a Vigan? You know, because obviously it was Esky, wasn't it? You know, it was your choice. You just had the old Esky kit, and nobody went near it or did it. So yeah, perhaps it is a thing with Saab.
The Draken's only has a Gower, isn't it? And I think the Revell 72nd one for a decent one. I know, obviously, back in the day, you know, like Vigans and Drakens, Airfix didn't they really? Yeah. But they're really old, and Max Box tried the 2-seat Vigan, didn't it? But Revell really for the 72nd one, or was it? Or was that a rebox of an Azagawa one? The 70 little. I can't remember who's actually the original kit, but 48. If you've just got it's the Azagawa one, and nobody's ever tackled them in 30-second, have they?
No, never.
I mean, there is a 30-second Vigan, isn't there, that you can a resin one.
Yeah.
Is that Jet Mods or something? Is that
something like that. Yeah, Jet somebody.
Again, that's kind of small company, cottage industry type thing, isn't it? It's never. Yeah, I don't know, because I mean, the Viggen's quite an iconic aeroplane. I know we were talking about a Gripen here, but talk about them in general. I mean, like I say, it was quite a revolutionary aeroplane, wasn't it? The Viggen.
The Viggen was, definitely. And again, you think about the Gripen. I know it's not massively been picked up around everywhere, but I think Brazil fly it, isn't it? South Africa fly it.
It's exported.
It is exported around.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's been overlooked, to be honest. Like I say, Kitty Hawk kind of tackled it, but they've gone. So, and these,
it's weird because I know you said about the Saab thing, but some Eastern companies don't really mind what they do they?
Well, no, they don't worry about licensing.
Yes.
So.
I don't know. Perhaps look at it and think it's not going to be a good seller, so we're not going to do it. I don't. You don't know, do you? I don't know.
But it is odd because, as I say, it's a very nice aircraft. It fills a place in the market, and as you say, in the real world, but obviously in the modelling world, a little bit overlooked. But Saab in general does seem to be. It's not as prolific. It's not like F-16s and all those types of things where there's just millions. Everyone does them. But they are very nice aircraft. They're good-looking aircraft. They've got interesting markings.
Yeah, they've got cool stuff. Yeah, definitely. So
again, it always seems to be when you've got modern aircraft, once one company does it, no one else seems to touch it, do they? I mean, it's like I suppose tornadoes there wasn't that many companies that have done tornadoes, are there really?
No.
Or Rafales. They're all sort of like, dedicated really to one sort of company.
Obviously you think of the Rafale as well. Isn't it India fly the Rafale, I think?
Yeah.
And again, that's a very popular aircraft in Europe, especially with France, clearly. But, who have you got? Hobby Boss's version, shall we say, or you've got Revell in 48th. So,
You got even less than 72nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't know 72nd, to be honest. Who doesn't?
32nd as well. I don't think there's a 32nd.
There's not a 32nd one that I know is a mainstream.
There could be, but I don't know one commercially available.
Yeah.
There seems to be a thing with modern aircraft, doesn't it? That they don't.
Well, everyone just sticks to F-16s.
Yeah.
And F-35s now. F-35s are coming through.
Yeah. Right. Do you think they're a bit niche? Yeah. That word that just makes people quake when we say it. It's a bit niche.
Niche, yeah.
But you've got to think, obviously, if a manufacturer is going to tackle it, they need to sell units of them, and perhaps they just look at it and think we might not, might not be that popular. I mean, to be honest with you, like Hella's back from the dead, innit?
Yeah.
So if anybody's going to do a Rafale, you'd think Hella would do it.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, they're not owned by a French company anymore, but they've still got the Hella brand name.
Yes. Yes.
And they're in cahoots with somebody else that we know of.
Yeah.
That's been reboxing some of their kits. So you'd think like they would, like a Rafale.
I believe
like a large F1 or something French.
The team's still based in France, though, aren't they? I believe.
Yes, I think the team's still based in France, but the parent company clearly not, is it?
And they're financing it all. So it's it's a business thing, isn't it? They need to, But I can't see how a decent 48 Mirage F1 would not sell, because loads of people's used them. It's cool looking aeroplane, loads of different schemes, loads of different versions. You'd get Kitty Hawk tackled it, didn't they? They did a few versions, but again, they've gone. And I don't know, you've got the old Esky version again, you've got your falling back.
I was going to say, you're going back to the Esky ones all the time. Let's face it, really, Kitty Hawk filled this gap in the market. That's what they did very well, because as I say, their F1, that was all right, that kit, I thought. They did both versions. They did the single seat and the two-seat version, if I remember rightly, of that. As you say, they did the single and the two-seat versions of the Gripen, which was the E as well, if I remember. It was the C and the E in that kit. So, again, everyone moaned at them, and now they're gone. Everyone's moaning even more.
Yeah, now pining over the loss of Kitty Hawk.
Yeah.
I wonder if Special Lobby might, because they've obviously tackled the Mirage F1, haven't they, and done two-seat versions and all that. I wonder if they can ever do a 48th one. Sometimes do crossovers and stuff. I tell you what, you've just reminded me of something there. Thank you. We're mentioning Special Lobby.
Right.
We need to talk to Andy after the show.
Okay, fair enough. But I must admit, I did hear a rumour, and again, it's only a rumour, so I'm not going to speculate, but there was somebody working on a new F1, Mirage F1. But again, it's only speculation and rumour at the moment, and it may be early days, but I did hear that there's one going to be coming down the line from a manufacturer in the future. So if it does or not, I don't know, because I've only heard that as a rumour. But
in the 32nd one supposed to be coming out of that? Somebody doing a 32nd Mirage F1?
Didn't know. See, that'd be quite cool. So it's not a big aircraft, the F1.
It's not massive, is it?
No.
I don't know now. God, this, you hear things and things happen and rumours and
it's all rumours and stuff.
All the time, don't you? But
yeah,
I'm sure they could be. I don't know.
Well, buy a Mirage 2000, which is huge thing.
Yeah, get the big BN.
Yeah.
And again, Kitty Hawk did that.
Yeah, they did the Mirage.
And the Mirage 2000 normal C, and then they obviously did the 2-seater with the BN. So,
yeah.
Again, everyone knocked them.
Now they've gone.
Gone.
Yeah, after all that, Phil, bashing them all the time.
I didn't bash them. I was helping them improve their work.
Was it?
I was bringing to their attention some of the things they needed to improve on.
Was it constructive?
It was always, you know me, it's always constructive. I won't just slag it off for the sake of it. If it's wrong and they need to sort themselves out. If they had listened to me, they'd still be here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Paul says, morning lads, are you planning on doing a pre-order for the upcoming Tamiya P47D, complete with the 4x4 light vehicle, also known as a Jeep? The Jeep.
We've actually got some, when they come out, we've actually got some coming in, so we can put your name down for one, but we can put pre-order up if anybody wants them. We're also doing the Spitfire Mark 1 with the little Tilly, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if anybody's interested, we can put them back up. I think there's 4. They're doing IL. Is it an IL2 they did with the little gas truck?
Yeah.
They're doing the Focke-Wulf D9. I think probably with a couple wagon, if I remember.
5-full, wasn't it?
The what?
5-full.
No, this is a new batch.
Not
the old batch. The 5-fulls, like we've had them in and gone. No, this is the new batch that's not out yet. I don't know if you do lots over. They're doing the Spitfire, the P47, the IL2. And the one I've just said, which I can't remember, the D9 Focke-Wulf. So that's I presume the first like the P51 and the 109 and all them and the 5-full and all that are just limited editions, I presume.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're going to stop in the catalogue. So again, they're going to be worth grabbing, I think.
Fair enough. Cool. Neil then says, regarding the PM website, he's just found the Amazon affiliate section. I think that's mine. That's on the Flory side rather than that one. You need to push it more. I don't like to push things. You know me, apart from buy that kit.
Buy this kit now.
Buy that kit. I'm not pushing anything, but buy that one.
$24.99.
It is. Bargain. And you can do it in OD. It's fine.
You can't say cheap as chips no more because chips aren't cheap.
No, they're not cheap. It's probably...
cheap. What's cheap?
It's the same price as a fish and chips supper. Cod and chips now probably for the same price. Or it is down here anyway. So, yes. But yes, they've got that one. That's a lovely kit. And he goes on to say, how good, and have you tried Rosie the Riveters? Yes, I have. I've got the original Rosie the Riveter. Or are you talking about Rosemary the Riveter?
Yeah. Oh, there's difference.
So Rosie the Riveter was originally done by, was it RB Productions did the wheels.
Yeah.
And then they had wooden handles on, which are, I've got a bit.
The thing you did was Rosie the Riveters, weren't they? Wasn't that the...
Yeah, so this is Rosie the Riveter, the real one. Yeah. Again, nice wooden handle. And I absolutely adore these. I think these are absolutely great. But unfortunately, RB Productions are no longer with us. So I don't think you get the wheels anymore, which means John Wojtek at UMM used to make these and then sell these as Rosie the Riveter. And again, I still maintain these are probably the best, well, it's definitely the best riveter I've ever used, full stop, all right? But there is other options out there. So this one, it's on the affiliate section, is Galaxy models, which also are being branded as Rosemary the Riveter. So these are Chinese. So by their nature, to be honest, they're not the best quality, but they definitely do the job. They work, they're cheap as well. I think these are, what don't know, 15 quid? Andy, I think it's 15 quid, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they're, yes. Yeah.
Something like that. But these are 15 quid, and you can do these ones, and these are absolutely fantastic. The only thing I would say is the locking wheel nut bit and all the rest of it that they have here, I'll just show you here, all right? You just have to get it in the right tightness. It does come with a key set and all the rest of it to an Allen key and a little wrench, but you need to set it, because otherwise if it's too loose it runs away, and if it's too tight it doesn't move. The other thing I've heard, that the metal that is in here, if people use them a lot and over time, the centers basically wear out. So there's a little bit of slack on the wheel then and all the rest of it. What's a nice touch though, it also comes with these. And these are great. So if you've got a 90 degree and you need to get into like a corner, like right up to something with a lip on or something, where the wheel won't go in, this one you can just rotate it and put it straight in and go right up to the edge. Where obviously a wheel, you can't get all the way in there. You always get a gap. So it's great for finishing on off corners and stuff. But again, these are really, really cheap. They're not expensive at all.
And on affiliate at Amazon.
And they are on our affiliate at Amazon. So literally, if you're on the main site, right, just zip right the way down to the bottom. We don't advertise it because it's more of a members thing, but we've got them down in here. There you go, $15.99 for the big one, $16.99 for the small one. Use the link, and I get around about 3p. But yeah, these are these ones.
Every little helps.
Every little helps. But these are called Rosemary, the model riveting tool. So they're a bit of a yeah.
The thing is, though, Phil, you can't get Rose of the Riveters anymore, so that's your option of a decent riveter, isn't it? Because obviously, with RP Productions going out of business, and wrapping up and that, they're just not available unless you can. You're lucky enough to find them second hand, but I can see most modelers hanging on to them for dear life because there's nothing.
No.
Well, there is, because obviously they're similar, but do you know what I mean?
Yes, yeah.
They are. They're really nice with the bamboo handle as well. They're really nice
See, I've
got the original RP Productions ones that obviously look identical to those Rosemary riveters, whereas you have to put them into your own handle.
Yeah,
that's how they came, obviously, and then they mounted them into.
I've got them as well. They come on a fret, a little photo etch fret that you have to cut off. I've got some as well. They're actually down there in another toolbox, but they're all right. But I mean, with the handles, that was.
I think the wooden handles is a nice thing, but and again, it's personal choice with all these things, but it's very ergonomic, I think they call it. So it fits nice and comfy in the hand, and I like it because it's actually like an oval shaped handle instead of a round handle, and I seem to have a lot more control with it. You know, when I hold it in my hand, it's there and it's great. And the last thing you don't want is movement. The bit where you start wibbling around, it's great because you just put it in and just go for it. But obviously when it's on a pencil type finish, I just find it's quite small. And this one as well, even though the handles are the same technically length, I don't know, it just feels like it's too small. It needs a bit more bulk on it. I might change out the handle, put something bigger on it.
It's also the orientation though, isn't it? When you've got a squarish handle, you know in your hand that it's orientated right.
Yes.
Whereas on a round handle,
you're not sure if you're on the slides or anything else like that. That's a very good point. You know, so but again, it's one of those, you can't get the other ones anymore, unfortunately. But again, there is another one out there as well, a riveter, which is incredibly expensive though. That's only my thing. It's 3D printed and all this, that and the other, which I think they look fantastic. I've never used them or anything, but they're very expensive. So, but then Rosie the Riveters were never cheap. So
no, they weren't cheap.
That's the thing.
Okay. The thing is with tools, you buy decent tools, they last.
Absolutely.
You buy cheap, you buy twice half the time.
And I've had these for years and rivet everything with them, and they're just
I mean, there's a few exceptions to the rule, isn't there? To the cheaper tool, shall we say? One of them being the master tool sort of snips.
Yeah.
They're not expensive for what they are, and obviously there's a lot more expensive sort of single blade cutters out there.
Yes.
And some of the master tool stuff is actually very good tools, but majority of the time, it is that thing. If you invest in decent tools, you normally get a better result at the end of it. When you've mastered the tool, don't just buy thinking, I've paid all this money on a tool, I'm going to be brilliant at this.
Yeah. It is. You need to learn your tool and get used to it and know it. And absolutely.
Absolutely. But
it's that the one where my great granddad bought a decent hammer, passed down, and it's had 3 new heads and 5 new handles.
Handles, that's it. It's just like the day he bought it. But no, I think the same thing with all tools is, there's that thing about, you pay once, it'll last you a lifetime. But also it's got to work for you. Because airbrushes, we used to say the same, wasn't it? But airbrushes now, I see 25 quid airbrush is brilliant. But again, these ones just work for me, and I think that's the thing. But again, if I didn't have those and I was using these, I'm sure they'd be perfect as well, because you just need to learn it and understand it and get used to it. You know.
Anyway, 25 quid an airbrush. Where you're paying, it's £21.99.
Oh, has it gone down even more now? Is it even?
Go on your affiliate page and have a look.
Is it on the affiliate page? Is it now? Oh look, £21.55 on the Flory Models affiliate page.
There you go, for a finger
4% discount. Get it next day, and there it is. We've all got one now. It's ridiculous.
I've been building this Spitfire, and most of it's been painted with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, it's one of those things we say don't buy cheap, and then you. We had to go on one of these, and it's the best thing I've ever used.
Yeah, but again, that's an exception to the rule of.
Yes, there is exceptions.
You know, we was like preaching for how long? Don't buy cheap airbrushes. It only lasts 10 minutes and all this, that, you know. And yet, this airbrush here is just for the. It's unbelievable value for money, isn't it? Let's be, you know.
The reason why
you've got one, I've got one, Nathan's got one, John's got one, we've all got one, we all use it, and we've all said it's one of them. Once you start to bed it in as well,
you need to bed it
in. To bed it in, and once it's bedded in, it's mint. It's a really good airbrush.
It's because I'm fed up with trying to get cleaning that thing and getting it to keep going.
Yeah.
Which costs probably 10 times the price of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I say, they just seems to work. Well, how long it'll last for, I don't know. But
well, again, for £21, it's one of those. It's kind of a disposable. If that lasts you 12 months, and you've built how many models in that 12 months and sprayed them and whatever, used it, right? That's paid for itself.
To be honest, I was talking to one of our members, Aaron, and he bought 2, so he's got spares. That's the point. He was saying it's cheaper to do that. You can buy the Niesel nozzles or all that separate, but he said I bought 2. That way I've got spares for everything, because it is almost that way for 20 quid. You know, it's
the Niesel set is more expensive for harder and steam back than that.
I was about to say I looked at a replacement needle and nozzle set for my harder and steam back because it's not working, and it's now 36 quid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can buy an old airbrush from Amazon for £21, like a finger banger that will just.
Yeah.
So it's like the ordering steam back now. It's probably going to be put in a drawer and never used again because it's not worth me buying the needle and nozzle set for 36 quid, but I can buy an old airbrush for 21 with 2 needle and nozzle setups in it.
Yeah, you get everything. And the thing is, you can see on there, I bought that on the 16th of September 2022.
Yeah.
And it's still going. I've never changed anything out on it. And I use it for pretty much all my clear coating and various bits and pieces now. And I've done lots of other work with it, generally painting as well. And it's just, you know, as you say, it's got everything you want. It's got a needle lock and, you know, so obviously a gauge for setting it. Yeah. You've got a Mac air valve built into it as well. Yeah. You know, and it's you get 2 needles, 2 nozzles, all your connectors, all your bits and pieces, you know, and it comes in a nice case as well.
But, hey, saying that, right, you know the 3D printer sort of conversation we keep having?
Yes.
That airbrush is kind of like a 3D printer of where it is now, isn't it?
Yeah, basically.
You know, because we were always saying like a good 5, 10, you know, whatever, how long ago, buy a decent airbrush and all that, because the cheap airbrushes were crap.
Yes.
But we've got to the point now where that one in particular, I don't know what others are like, but is actually really good. And 3D printers over a few, you know, next decade or whatever, the price is just going to go like that. So you were picking up for 30 quid.
Yeah, definitely.
Or whatever, obviously the inflation is at the time, but they're going to be relatively a cheap bit of kit. Because, I mean, you know, like a printer, a proper inkjet or whatever you want to call it, a printer, if they break, you go and buy a new one, you don't get repaired, do you?
No.
You're like, that goes in.
It's just disposable items,
It's a disposable item, and I know that's not good in general, but it's the culture we live in, isn't it? And 3D printers are going to be a disposable item. Like now, an airbrush for that price is a disposable item.
Definitely.
I don't want to chuck it away. I'd rather use it for the next however long. But it's.
Do you not mean recyclable item?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. That's it. Recycling, saving the planet.
Well, I always take my stuff to recycling my stuff.
I do. I recycled all my sprues. You know that massive box of sprues I had here back the other week? Actually, they went out for recycling on Friday and they took them. So my local council, I know some of you said your council won't take them, but I just literally put a box of sprues out there and they take it.
I think our recycling's today, and our recycling bin's got about five or 6 model boxes in it. I bet they're wondering what the hell's going on here.
Yeah, that's it. Right, last bit of the questions. He basically says down there, 3D printing, just watch your video, damn, only an extension to his workshop. That's it now. Once you get into this, it's a slippery slope. Also, he says, any chance of a wish list function He keeps forgetting items when he places orders. Probably an age thing. Can't you just bung them in your basket and not pay for it? Although you probably will get sent a reminder.
Yeah, just put stuff in your basket.
Just put it in your basket and leave it. To be honest, that's what I do. Just leave it in the basket until you want it.
I think if for Amazon, I'm myself for that, put stuff in basket and then... Yeah.
Then you buy it all.
Because obviously we're thinking by Squarespace themselves, so I don't know if that functions on there, but you know, if it's a bit like where Amazon is like save for later.
Yes.
That would be a nice function to have, actually.
Yeah, I will have a look into it and see if it has got it. It may even have it. If not, if you just place it in your basket, then you know you can have a look at it later. And if you don't want it, just take it out of your basket. Or
take a screenshot and save it.
Yeah, that's it.
If you do put it in your basket, it's not us that send your reminders. It's the site.
It's automatic. It's just off the site.
Yeah, because some people say, "Oh yeah, well I've got it in my basket." They'll email and say, "I've got it in my basket. Yeah, I'll pay for it. I'll order it." Yeah, it's all right if I order it next week, but it's not us. We don't see what's in your basket. That's completely, due to data protection, we can't see your.
It's same with passwords as well. We can't change your passwords. We can't touch.
And payment details and all things like that, because people say about payment details. We don't see anything. It's all handled by the site. It's all data protection. Yeah, no, we don't see a thing. So, it's not us.
No to do with us. It's all down to you. You're responsible for your own account.
Yes.
You know, passwords, and if you forget them and all that sort of stuff.
And using your right address, because I've had 2 orders this week where I've had postcodes that aren't right, and I've had somebody who didn't put the house number.
Yeah, but that's PayPal. We've had that loads.
No, this was genuine. I think the people forgot to put it on.
We've had one also that they haven't put the. Me and Matt actually looked at it and it was still wrong. I think that might come back.
Yes.
But never mind. We found it out. I just sent an email and got the details, and we did it that way, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Right. Okie dokie then. We will leave it right there. Thank you very much for joining us today, everybody. Don't forget the saley areas. They are going to move and change. So all we're saying is, when it's gone, it's gone. We're not planning on getting them back in. So if you see anything in these areas, grab them whilst you can. Also, the actual store area, sale one, special offers section, will rotate and change. So again, if you're seeing it in there, you're thinking about it, put it in your basket. And when you get that reminder, make sure you buy it.
Yeah, very, very regularly. As soon as something goes out of there, we'll be adding new items in.
Yeah, we're going to add to it.
It's over all time anyway.
So it will rotate, and also we'll rotate it on Fridays as well. So there'll be a couple of days of it. Grab it whilst it's there, and then rotate it, and we'll do it like that as well. So if you do see anything, all we're saying is best to grab it, because we often get emails from people saying about, oh, you had in blah, 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 can you? And we say, yeah, but it's going to be at full price now, because we've got to get it in from said suppliers. So, yes, good job. Okie dokie, we will leave it right there. We're back on live for members tomorrow night, but then again, no live show next week on Tuesday because I'm not here. Wednesday I should be as well, or we have an holiday. We all sure about this? So we have next week off?
No, we're working next Wednesday. We're doing everything next Wednesday. Live PM show combined building a Land Rover.
That's it. There you go.
Or a Blue Thunder.
You heard it here first. Yes, because Blue Thunder finished out a paintwork. I've got a droopy barrel.
Oh dear.
Need to fix that. But Blue Plunder is now blue.
Blue Plunder.
So next week we'll be cracking on with that one, getting some markings on it, a bit more detailed paintwork, canopy done and stuff like that. So if you want to join in with the live shows, don't forget, usually they're Tuesday at 3 o'clock, but this Tuesday coming I can't because I've got an appointment, so I can't make that one, unfortunately.
He's a very busy man.
A very busy man, yes. So anyway, you'll hear all about that at another time, I'm sure. On Wednesday, yeah, that's it. Right, okay then, guys, we will leave it right there. Thank you very much. Don't forget, you get all your bits and pieces. Pop over to the pmmodelsuk.com store. If you've got any questions and like that, do the old contact me. If you see a kit in there and you want us to get it in for you, same thing, shoot us a message. We'll see if we can get it in for you. And Andy will be back to you because Andy's our front of house.
Yes, and tomorrow, me and Andy's 3D printing.
And they're 3D printing. I'm 3D printing here. They'll be doing it up there. The smell of resin wafting through the air. It'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll upset the neighbours with the smell of resin tomorrow.
It can't be any worse. I had a unit years ago, and I was next to a fiberglass works. That's done.
Oh no, I can.
Oh yeah, I can beat that. Yeah,
I could beat you hands down.
That one.
the dog food place, and when you got a delivery of raw tripe in the summer on the hottest day, you can't beat that. You cannot beat that, can you, Andy?
You can't beat that at all. No.
Yeah.
And he used to go in the drains and all sorts, didn't it?
It was a bit grim. And I don't miss it at all.
And if you are enjoying your lunch, breakfast and dinner, we do apologise.
Can't beat a bit of tripe.
You can.
Bit of raw tripe.
No.
I'll tell you what, hey, I listened to this bit before we go. It used to come in these big plastic vats.
Yes.
And when it's flopping hanging over the side... Yeah, exactly. It was not a pretty sight for anybody to see.
Thanks for that. We'll leave you with that lovely image, everybody.
Enjoy your sandwiches.
Enjoy your sandwiches and your dinner. Right, okay, then we'll leave it right there, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you all again very soon. Say goodbye, gentlemen. We're out of here.
Bye.
Bye.